Alright, so you know when you're watching a movie, there's a hero that is always going on this journey, on this great quest. And throughout the adventure, things are getting so hard and so tough that the hero doesn't even know if he or she is gonna make it to the end or not. Well, producing movies and TV is exactly like that. And in this video, I'm going to explain how and why. Producing a movie always begins with the first step, which is the idea. Maybe you see flashes of a character like the hero or the villain, maybe it's a universe, or maybe you just see a scene in your head. But whatever it is, it always starts with your imagination. And there are two problems with ideas. It's lack of them, or maybe like in my case, it's too many of them. Well, first things first, you need to start a journal for your ideas. And if you're like me and you're having too many ideas in your head, just start writing them down. Don't jump into developing an idea right away. Let it sit, and if a particular idea keeps coming back to you, that's the one that you need to start developing. On the other hand, if you're suffering from lack of ideas, start with picking a genre. What kind of a movie you would like to make? And when you do that, start actively researching that particular genre. Start watching movies, reading books, articles, talk to your friends and listen to their stories. You never know from which direction inspiration will come. And just like I said before, don't jump into developing an idea right away. Let it sit in your head, and if it keeps coming back to you and you feel really inspired about it, then start the development. And if you're wondering, how do I know which idea is good or not? Well, the answer is very simple. Listen to your heart. Now, I know it's very cliche, but it's true. Listen to your heart. It already knows all the answers. Moving on to step number 2, writing. Now, obviously, you need to write a good script. That goes without saying. But more than that, you will need a pitch presentation or a pitch deck. And that is so overlooked. You cannot go to the next stage without having a great pitch deck. You need to have your title, logline, tagline, short synopsis, long synopsis, character description, graphic presentation, rip-o-matic, and if it's a TV, you need to have a series Bible. And the biggest challenge with writing and developing a project, that it takes a lot of time. Sometimes it takes years and years to write something. Of course, if you're not a writer that gets paid to do the job, which most independent producers don't, you need to find a source of income as you're working on your project. And that can be not easy for your mental state. That is why I said you need to pick an idea that you feel really, really inspired about. Because if you don't, the process is going to be really grueling and really boring, and you're gonna burn yourself out. If you don't want to go through the process of writing a script, find a writer with a finished script and option it. But even if you option the script, you still need to prepare the pitch deck presentation, which can take some time. While we're on the subject of writing, study storytelling. It is so important. If you're not planning to develop a script from scratch and you're gonna option it, you need to be able to tell if script is good or not. Even if the script is not good, you need to be able to make it better. And the only way to do it is through studying storytelling. Step number 3, pitching and financing. Pitching is essentially you're telling or selling your project to other people. Maybe it's an A-list actor, or maybe a great director, maybe a big composer. And your job is to bring specific people on board in order to raise finances. The biggest problem with pitching is that there's no script that you can follow, and nobody knows how you actually do it. Sometimes it's even a miracle that films get produced because pitching is so freaking hard. I bet you 98% of all films in the world died during pitching process. So what are the solutions? Pitch your project as much as you can to anybody and everybody, because by pitching your project, each time you're gonna get better and better and better. Nobody is good at sales at first. You have to practice the skill, which is so important, because when you're gonna meet that right person, when you get that opportunity, you will be ready because you've done it hundreds of times already. Words will be flowing. You won't even know how you're gonna do it, you're just gonna do it. And that's the kind of point you need to get to. When you know your project inside out, well, you'll be able to answer any kind of questions people will throw at you. Try to think from the perspective, what my project is gonna do for them, how it's gonna benefit to their career. Try to think about other people. That's when you will start having good results. So, develop social and communication skills. Go out and meet people. Do your best to convince them to collaborate with you. And by the way, this is where a pitch presentation comes into play. It's really hard to grasp your idea if you're just talking about it. However, if you show some visuals, if you have a graphic presentation or a ripamatic, it's way easier to grasp your idea and what the film or TV is going to be about. And here's a pro tip for you. Have multiple pitches up in your sleeve. Because again, you never know when you're gonna meet an important person. And if all you have is only one project, most likely they're gonna say no for whatever reason, and that's it. But if they will say no to one project, you have another one, and then another one, and then another one. And that way you increase your chances to succeed. All right, moving on to the next step, pre-production. What pre-production is essentially one giant logistic puzzle. You have all these different pieces that you need to combine together and prepare for the actual shoot. You have location, casting, hiring a crew, legal paperwork, insurance, permits, rehearsals, meetings with key production people like DP, gaffer, sound engineer. You have so many things you need to do that it's extremely overwhelming. One of the best things you can do is to delegate tasks. You cannot do it all by yourself. It's impossible. You're gonna go bananas. So, hire trustworthy people and delegate. Moving on into the next stage, principal photography or filming. So this is where we see all this awesome B-roll on the internet, how actors are playing together and having fun, directors are laughing, big explosions, car chases, like basically all this awesome things. However, in reality, filming is a little bit different for a producer. Every single day you show up to set and there's some kind of problem that you need to solve. Last minute you lose location, or maybe actor doesn't show up, or maybe two departments get into some kind of altercation. So you're constantly trying to solve different tasks and problems while you're under pressure of time and budget. And the best solution to that is that you have to keep it cool, keep it under control, learn how to lead by example and treat people with respect, even if they do mistakes, even if they mess up. If you're gonna treat people with respect, they're gonna treat you with respect as well. Only then they will be able to follow you through all of these challenges and help you. Moving on to the next step, post-production. So post-production is that when you're actually putting the thing together and you start cutting your film. And just like with every other stage, there are so many different things involved. VFX, sound design, color correcting, music, you need to do the trailer. If you don't know how to do all these things, you need to hire a professional editor and you need to delegate those things. And the biggest challenge about all that, when you originally envision your film or TV, it always comes pretty much in a perfect form in your head. However, when you start seeing the picture and you start putting things together, almost never it comes out the way you envisioned it. And that can be very discouraging when you see the project and it's not quite like you want it to be. Again, you have to be grounded. You have to realize that you cannot go back in time and change things. Decisions are already made, and now you just have to find a way how to make it work. You have to consult with your team. You need to listen to their advice. Through teamwork, most likely you will find solutions to various different problems. Okay, before I move on to the next step, there is actually one extra step that doesn't really come in any particular order, which is you have to find distribution. Without distribution, you can't really release your film unless you're just putting it out there on the internet. But if you want to do a proper release, you need to find a distributor. So, and this is where I want to give you a cautionary advice. Do not sign any kind of contracts with them until you do your thorough research on them. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of scammers who are gonna essentially steal your money. If you're thinking of getting on board with a particular distributor, go through the list of the movies that they have distributed and contact those filmmakers, contact those producers. For the most part, you know, people are gonna be honest and they'll tell you the truth if they got burned by that particular distributor. And finally, the release of the movie. This is the party time. So releasing a movie can go two ways. If the movie is really great, you have nothing to fear. However, if the movie is not really well received, well, this is where you're gonna have a bumpy ride. You know, we live in the internet age where people just go online and just start shouting whatever they want. This movie is terrible. I hate it. You have to kind of remove yourself from all that negativity, and through all this sea of crap, You have to find actually good constructive feedback that you can use for your learning process. Not every criticism is a bad criticism. And by the way, on the nature of success, don't let anyone else define what success is. Define success for yourself. Maybe it's your first film and you've learned so much. Just the sheer process of going from the beginning all the way to the end. It is something you cannot read in the book or watch in the video. This is something you have to go through. Even if in the end, your movie is not as well as you want it to be, you can still consider that a huge success because you've made a movie. You went through this whole process. You've done it once, then you can do it again. This is what producing film and TV is about. Remember, it is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Alright guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope this video was educational for you. If you're interested in producing, writing, acting, and pretty much anything and everything that has to do with filmmaking, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for me please, stick around for more content.